It's unvarnished, it's unscripted, it's employees speaking very naturally about this is how the game is played.
What happens when we contribute to a candidate, we get what's called access. We get a chance to go in, and whether it's a senator or a congressman or a congresswoman, and educate them on the issues, the things that are important to you and me, to this company of ours.
There is a very strong process of dehumanization that has to take place to cease to see them as individuals, as human beings, and as somehow lesser human.
We'll bring you the news tonight on Dan Rather Reports. Good evening from New York. Our first story tonight is about Walmart, and it has nothing to do with low prices. It's about how a big-time international American corporation spends millions to gain influence in Washington. As you might imagine, companies like Walmart don't really like to talk about how they get things done in Washington, much less see their work played out on television. But thanks to newly available videotapes, these parts they never expected the public to see, you are about to get a peek behind the curtain of Walmart for a rare look at executives of the biggest corporation in the world who are being very candid for the camera.
What's up, guys?
This is a Walmart corporate meeting, but with an agenda that goes far beyond sales targets and customer satisfaction.
We're proud to say we're from Walmart, and we're here to do business.
What you are about to see and hear on these newly obtained videotapes is a glimpse of how corporate America needs to pay money, lots of money, to have influence in Washington. Executives of Walmart, one of the richest corporations in the world, are passing the hat, looking for money from store managers for Walmart's PAC, its Political Action Committee.
Let me be frank, in this day and age, if you don't have a good Political Action Committee operation to support candidates, you really can't do much in Washington.
It's August 2001, Houston, Texas, and this is a regular meeting of Walmart's managers. But instead of the usual company pep talk, Norm Leasy, Walmart's chief lobbyist at the time, is making a sales pitch for political donations.
How does it work? The law allows you and me to contribute to the PAC. The PAC committee decides who we should give this money to, who we should support. And by the way, we do both Democrats and Republicans, and the way we do it is quite simple. We try to find members who think like we do, who are pro-business, pro-Walmart, who will vote the right way on issues to allow us to do the right things as we carry on our business each and every day.
This to me was remarkable in that you'd never have a chance to see this kind of material in any other context. I can't think of anything like this in existence.
Bill Hogan is with the nonpartisan Center for Public Integrity. When he heard there were tapes of Walmart's internal meetings, he was stunned.
In a broad, general way, what's the value of these tapes?
Well, there's so many of them over so many years. They give you a unique or almost unique window into the workings and attitudes of this corporation. How else could one ever get that as an average person or even as a journalist?
What happens when we contribute to a candidate, we get what's called access. We get a chance to go in and talk, whether it's a senator or a congressman or a congresswoman, and educate them on the issues, the things that are important to you and me, to this company of ours.
The managers were Leasy's target audience because corporations like Walmart cannot, by law, give money to PACs. And there's nothing illegal about asking for money this way. What is unusual is that you got to see and hear these candid explanations of how Walmart and Washington do business together. The reason you're seeing these tapes is not courtesy of Walmart. Flagler Productions, the company that was hired to produce and videotape Walmart meetings for more than 20 years, was suddenly dismissed in 2006. The production company had amassed an enormous video library that chronicles the growth of what is now the largest corporation in the world.
It's an enormous palette, and it's a powerful tool.
Surprisingly, Walmart had no written contract with Flagler. but it did offer to buy the archive. When Flagler asked for $150 million, Walmart countered with $500,000. Unable to reach an agreement, Flagler put the tapes on the market. Now, Flagler's archive has turned into a treasure trove for lawyers, investigators, and reporters looking for information about Walmart's internal affairs.
Well, what do we do with the money? And let me give you just one quick example. A few weeks ago, Eric and I hosted a breakfast for one of the key senators. We invited 5 or 6 companies that share the same basic business values that we do. And for a PAC contribution, we sat and had an audience with this senator, 8 of us, for an hour and a half. We covered every issue that's important to us and important to you. And let me tell you, you just get that quality time, and that's the way it works.
It's unvarnished. It's just, that's what it is. I mean, it's unscripted. It's employees speaking very naturally about this is how the game is played.
And why should we care about this?
How many times have we heard lawmakers deny that money given to my campaign does not get you a meeting with me? Well, we find in the videos, at least from Walmart's perspective, that's exactly what the money does. It gets them a 90-minute meeting with a U.S. senator.
Substantial access, not just a hello, have your picture taken, goodbye.
No, this is FaceTime 90 minutes of it, and for busy U.S. Senator, 90 minutes is a heck of a lot of time.
In 2001, Walmart's PAC was operating on a fairly small budget by Washington standards, so Norm Leasy and his fellow lobbyist, Eric Winburn, wanted the managers to know just how the system really works when it comes to making laws, and which laws Walmart and its political money had a hand in rewriting.
Now, we were fortunate because of our PAC. We were able to meet with over 100 members of Congress face to face and tell them that what we want is affordable health care. We aren't looking to sue more people. Unfortunately, Congress heard our message, and when the House and Senate passed the Patient Bill of Rights bills a few weeks ago, there are specific provisions covering Walmart that would limit our liability. And companies kill for the opportunity to have that happen. And so it was because of your efforts in part out there with the PAC that gave us the access to these members, and they heard our message.
The Patients' Bill of Rights legislation died in 2002, but there were many other issues driving Walmart's need for political contributions.
Virtually every big piece of legislation is going to affect Walmart, right? You name a subject, any kind of employee benefits, pensions, big one, health care. And I think the question really is, what legislation doesn't affect? It's not finding what legislation does. It's kind of the reverse of that. You would be hard-pressed to find a piece of legislation for a company that big that doesn't affect it.
In 2000, Walmart's PAC contributed less than $500,000 to federal candidates. Peanuts compared to the tens of millions in many other PACs. So Walmart executives asked for more.
Our PAC is not a very impressive PAC from the standpoint of how many dollars are in it. And as a result, it's somewhat limiting in what they can do to represent us on the issues that are very, very important to you on a day-to-day basis.
At this 2001 meeting, senior executives, including Walmart's then vice chairman, Tom Coughlin, wanted the managers to know that Walmart's PAC was running behind in the fundraising race. Coughlin, a friend and protege of company founder Sam Walton, became the second highest-ranking executive at Walmart with $1 million salary. He resigned in 2005 and was later convicted of embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars in gift cards, cash, and merchandise. But back in 2001, what Coughlin was about to announce was a new way to boost the Walmart PAC's funding, money which, by law, could only come from individuals.
Walmart is not, by federal law, allowed to contribute to the Walmart PAC. You are, I am, but Walmart's not.
Under the new plan, for every dollar a salaried manager gave to the Political Action Committee, Walmart would give $2 to a separate in-house trust called the Associates in Critical Need Fund.